going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Vikings are definitely hashtag blessed to have Brian Flores operating the defensive side of the ball. And with Flo in place, the Vikings basically have two head coaches, Kevin O'Connell on offense, Brian Flores on defense. And, sometimes, we as fans, we get emotional, right? So, like when Kevin O'Connell calls back-to-back tush pushes with the smallest guy on the team doing the pushing. Also, again, it was amazing what Flores did with that defense last year. Largely the same personnel as the 2022 Donashell disaster. But even though the defense faded towards the end of the season, as one of the reasons why the Vikings went 6-7, it sort of is what it is. But overall, you go from 28th in points to 13th. You go from 31st in yards, the worst. The second to the worst, to 16th, as well as a great reduction in passing yards per attempt. Rushing yards per attempt is way down, and a great improvement in red zone. Third down, that little guy, don't worry about that little guy. But overall, things are certainly looking up, and Brian Flores is, again, the circumstances are weird. Brian Flores should be a head coach, but the fact that he got zero goose egg D'Angelo Russell head coaching interviews after this transformation on defense, ridiculous. And yeah, the lawsuit is hanging over, but Flores may be entrenched here for a couple of years, and I'm perfectly fine with that, as we're going to bring that heat. Part 2. And also the draft class, with Flores having a much larger say in that room. Like, his fingerprints were all over it. Dallas Turner racking up and stacking up on the edge, even though you did sign Jonathan Grenard, even though you did sign AVG, his guy from Miami, even though you did sign Jihad Ward, more guys that can get the passer. It's very impactful, as well as the first pick on day 3. Kyrie Jackson came in for a 30 visit. That has Flores' MO all over it. Plus Levi Drake Rodriguez, senior sack, big time production in college, as well as a big time project in the NFL. And I think that he's gonna be super interesting. I love it, man. Again, long story longer. Jadaro Felice. So, he generally has not been friendly to the Vikings, writing over at NFL.com. But NFL Bandwagon is a hop on 2024 with Chicago Bears, top of the list. Go ahead. Hop on the Bears bandwagon, see where it gets you in a couple years. Yeah, please just do that. But accurately, he did say hop on the Brian Flores bandwagon. This way he wrote. While offensive-minded head coach Kevin O'Connell rightfully earned widespread acclaim for keeping Minnesota in the playoff race deep into last season despite starting 4 different quarterbacks, Flores deserved more flowers for his inspired effort on the other side of the ball. The 2022 Vikings went 13-4 in spite of their defense, which finished 28th in points allowed and 31st in yards allowed. I just said that. After replacing Ed Donashell last offseason, Flores swiftly slashed those rankings in half to 13th in points allowed, 16th in yards allowed, and the defensive lineup didn't even change all that much from 2022 to 2023. I just said that. The defense was Flores. The difference was Flores, who aggressively flummoxed opposing quarterbacks with an evil stew of exotic formations and personnel groupings, mixing all-out blitzes with simulated pressures while employing a potpourri of zone coverages in the back end. That is a very well-written paragraph. Chef's kiss. This offseason, Minnesota's defense has seen significant roster turnover, including what essentially amounted to a full-line change in edge rushing department. Out went Danielle Hunter, DJ Juan Marcus Davenport. Bye. In came Jonathan Grenard, AVG, and first-round pick Dallas Turner. At inside linebacker, the Vikings swapped out steady veteran Jordan Hicks for a younger model in Blake Cashman outside. How about that? Who's fresh off a breakout season for the Texans. How will these changes affect Coach Flo's game plan? I don't know, but I'm sure this mad scientist has something interesting up his sleeve. And last year, the Vikings were the number one blitzing team in the league. That was out of necessity, right? And the Vikings still relatively inefficient getting pressure on the quarterback, and hopefully that will change. I'll love Danielle Hunter forever, but Grenard, Van Ginkel, Dallas Turner, much more comfortable as a stand-up outside linebacker in a 3-4, and they are going to bring the heat. Now, you could say that the only real glaring hole is defensive tackle, but you still have Harrison Phillips on that wall. You need him on that wall. Maybe you can get someone from LDR. Hopefully Jaquelin Roy can step up in year 2. Bullard is solid against the run, and then maybe, Jerry Tillery, Kwesi loves mama I can change it type players, former first-round draft pick. Hopefully he can pan out on some of that potential. But overall, second level, the Vikings have the best linebacking core in the NFL. AVG can be edge or off ball. Ivan Pace Jr. is going to bring some heat and stank from the inside position. Blake Cashman outside is just a meat potatoes, grinded out old school inside linebacker. Jonathan Grenard is going to be an absolute stud, and also got Dallas Turner. Freaks upon freaks upon freaks. I love it, man. And also cornerback wise, like, yeah, there's some question marks there, but you got Mekhi Blackman year 2, Kyrie Jackson. I pulled a 180 on Kyrie Jackson. He's our guy, and he's going to be damn good, man. And also, the thing I love and respect about Flores is, hey, if you're not cutting the mustard, I don't care how much you're getting paid. I don't care where you got drafted. You're not going to be on the field, and you're going to hear about it. So no nonsense, no BS, and I love it, man. And the Vikings, I mean, Flores changed things up. He saw that, hey, 3 of my best players are safeties. I'm going to play all 3 players, and that goes into coaching. Like, don't make the players fit your scheme. Adjust your scheme to the talent that you have. And this defense was a lot of fun last year. I think that's going to morph into even more of a dangerous monster this season. And also, if the Vikings can produce a prodigious pass rush on sending less than 5 often, that's going to help things out on the back end. It's going to put a lot less stress on coverage. So I'm really excited to see what Flores is going to cook up this year. And yeah, rightfully so. Hop on that bandwagon and go ahead. Just go do it. But your thoughts are thoughts. NFL.com says you should hop on the Brian Flores bandwagon. Astute for a change. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.